There may be explicit language in today's episode. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yep.
Gonna save it.
We're gonna save it. As Joe, go back to both of us. Yeah.
Just us today.
Just us today. Because our 2 year. Happy 2
year.
Yeah. 2 years. Aaron, can you hand me the the remote for the prompter? I've left it out there. I think it's on there. Yeah.
Oh, God, I just looked at the first thing on the prompter.
Oh,
God.
It's it's up there.
I forgot we were gonna talk about that.
Just look around. It'll be a second. I'll give you some time to look for it. I can't remember where I put it. So Pirates. Okay. Derek Shelton was gonna get fired. Keyword was, they fired Andy Haynes. However, here's the problem. As Aaron Cronin is going to be helping us with something later. He'll be on in a little later. There's Aaron. Because we got a little special rapid fire, and yes, we're going to get our comeuppance and finally get blindsided.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron will be on in a little later. But they were going to fire Derek Shelton, and honestly, I think it's only right. Joe, you can go to me. They were going to fire Derek Shelton, but Ben Cherington told them not to. Buddy, you shouldn't even have a job either. Now, I don't think you should be fired. That's being generous, considering that you haven't done a trade that has worked yet. This franchise just, I can't anymore. I really can't anymore. I can't, how can you be so oblivious to the fact that your manager has a losing record as a manager, and you think he is a manager that could take you to the playoffs?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he say it was something about accountability?
Yes!
That was the reason
He talked about accountability. I'm like, what? This is not accountability. This is being oblivious. By the way, new cut.
New cut.
Even though Joe thinks I should keep it longer. Aaron, do you think I should keep my hair longer? Yeah. I have good days and bad days. This team is screwed. Beyond screwed. And there's no helping this team. If you cannot see that your manager sucks and cannot take you to the playoffs, then you're screwed. You want to know why everybody's frustrated? It's because you suck at your job. And then you go to a press conference and you go, I understand fans' frustration. No, you don't.
He's lost the whole locker room.
He has. And when you lose, nobody listens to him anymore. And if you lost the locker room, you want to be a coach. You understand. If you lose the locker room, you're screwed.
Yeah, it's damning. I mean, even if you're like...
Look at Nick Sirianni! Look at Nick Sirianni!
We touched on that last week. Watch the reel if you don't want to watch the whole episode. The reels are pretty good.
We're starting off episode 40 hot, by the way. Which, by the way, we're going to have Gary K on the show a little later.
Yes!
250th win.
But yeah, I don't understand. That's the one thing I really don't understand is how you have a guy that has horrible management.
I'm going to look up his record real quick.
He can't bring the team to the playoffs, and he's lost the locker room. And you defend keeping him by saying accountability. Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me. How someone who has, like, literally no redeeming qualities as a manager, and you're the reason you are quoted for keeping him is accountability. Who's he talking about holding accountable?
I don't know.
Like, is he talking about holding Derek Sheldon accountable by continuing to pay him to do a bad job? Is he talking about holding himself accountable by keeping a guy that has lost the culture and can't win?
His winning percentage is .415. 415. His managerial record, 294 wins and 414 losses.
The winning percentage sounds a lot better than when you say the actual wins and losses. Wow. Because when you said the winning percentage, I was like, oh, that's actually not as bad as I expected, but...
Now, as the Pirates manager, actually, that is actually all a Pirates manager. I thought that was his entire career thing. Man, he's really managed that. Oh, yeah, baseball is a long season.
Yeah.
2023, they finished 76 and 86. 2024, they finished 76 and 86. And no,
back to back.
And that is not, that I am not misspeaking here. 2022, 62 and 100. 2021, 61 and 101. 2020, his first season, 19 and 41, but you can throw that out because that was the COVID year. I don't understand. And you want to know what's funny too? Ben Cherington talked about we're winning more games this year. Ben, look at the number.
It's the same amount of games.
It's the same amount of games. And last year was a dumpster fire, and everybody knows, and you know it too. Guess what? Same thing this year. And I'm a fool. Because guess who it goes right back to? The guy that should sell the team. Do you guys watching realize if Bob Nutting would sell the team right now, he would be a multi-billionaire?
Yeah.
Because somebody would overpay to buy the Pirates to make sure Nutting sells the team. Bob Nutting doesn't own anything else big. Bob Nutting would be set for the rest of his life and his kids' lives if you would sell the team.
Maybe even his grandkids' lives.
Maybe even his grandkids' lives if you would sell the team. Look at Baltimore. They just sold the team and look at them. Yeah, they haven't playoff game-wise, sure. But still, they were better off by selling the team.
Plus, think about it. It's a historic club with the most beautiful ballpark in the country.
Yeah.
That alone would get him so much more money than he would get anywhere else.
I don't know. I'm done. I'm done with this team. I am done with Bob Nutting. It's clear he doesn't care. The main reason he has the team is because he just wants to own a major league team, but he doesn't actually want to spend money. Alex, let me ask you this. If Art Rooney would do this, what would happen?
It wouldn't be good.
Exactly. Now,
I mean, you could still say the Steelers aren't doing everything they could to
yeah,
really...
but they're spending money, though.
They are. They're paying their guys, and they're occasionally trading or signing a guy. So, they're at least doing something.
Now, to get everybody's perspective understanding this, and I'm sure they understand it in the back, but I'm going to do another example. Joe, Aaron, with what I'm saying right now, which is this. Joe's flipping me off. Say, hypothetically, that the media here at Edinboro was hot. And this was like a multi-million-dollar studio, and Ron was owning the studio, right? And he had a lot of money, and was like, but he only wanted to do it because, oh, it's cool because he owns a studio, and he actually didn't spend money to actually help the media department. If he literally would just spend money and help, then it would make things so much better. Wouldn't that not be good? Exactly. That's the Pittsburgh Pirates. So it goes back to the same thing we've been saying for years, since 2007. The team does not change until Bob Nutting is gone. And here's the thing. I'm going to be a little tough love here.
Oh, boy.
To the Pirates fans. You talk about wanting change, right? You want to know how you get Bob Nutting's attention? 2 things. 1, sure, go to a game. Go to the best ballpark in America. Sit down, get yourself an icy light, get yourself a Permani Bro sandwich.
Oof.
Sorry, a Permani Bro sandwich.
Oh, I'm so hungry.
And then you start chanting when the game starts, sell the team, sell the team.
That's one way to, yeah.
You could chant fire Sheldon, love it. But again, you are not going to get change until Bob Nutting is gone. So if you actually care about the Pirates changing, you chant, sell the team, sell the team, every time you go out. Do it on Paul Skeens night. Most people show up on Paul Skeens night anyway.
Yeah.
Option 2, stop going to the games because it stops putting money in his pockets.
Yeah.
And then maybe it'll get his attention. If you actually want change, then be the change. One person cannot do it. One reporter cannot do it.
No.
No reporters can do it. The only people, because if the Pirates lose their fans, then they're going to listen. So if you actually care, then go to the games, if you want to go to the games, and chant, sell the team. Take sell the team signs. Let your voice be heard.
Yeah, seriously.
Stuff is not going to change if you don't do anything. I know it sounds stupid, but to be totally transparent with you, that's the only way things are going to change, is if you watching, you listening, actually start the change for yourself.
Facts.
Steeler fans let their voices be heard, clearly.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes it can be annoying. They fired, how many games did they chant Fire Canada last year?
Oh, God. All of them.
Exactly. So if you want your voices to be heard, then start going to the games and chant that, or don't go anymore. Don't buy any more Pirates merch. Don't buy any jerseys. Don't buy anything. That's how you start change. And reporters. I know it risks your job, being the sources, but if you actually care, then when you go to press events where Ben Cherington's speaking, how about stop being scared of getting kicked out and losing your spot, and actually ask the questions of why aren't you spending money? Why can't Bob just sell the team? Because he's the problem. Grow some balls.
Put some heat on him.
This has been happening since 2007. Stop being scared. I wouldn't be scared.
Shoot, I'd be out there. I'd be like, dude, why are you pulling people whenever they're like 4 at-bats away from their bonus? Like,
Bonus.
that's ask the juicy questions. Also, that is so absurd, by the way.
Yeah.
The fact that you can't actually ask Ben Cherington baseball-related
well, to
questions.
be fair, they do. Well, they do it to Bob too, for Bob Nutting too.
Yeah.
And also, and I'm sure you can, but there has to be like a little like, don't do.
Yeah,
this.
right. You can't be egregious or
Now,
anything.
okay, at a Pirates charity event, okay.
Yeah, maybe not the
time,
place.
not the time and place.
Yeah.
But there's other events where you can catch Bob Nutting. Grow some balls. I'm moving on. I'm done. Okay. I actually want to talk about the MLB playoffs. Let's go Tigers.
Yeah.
Let's go Tigers. I missed Dom.
Me too.
So,
Excuse me.
we're rooting for the Tigers because I'm a cameraman for the Area City Wolves.
Yeah.
That's why. So we haven't talked about the playoffs yet, so that's why I want to start from the beginning.
Yeah.
So the American League playoffs. The Tigers already got the Astros up!
Oh, that makes me so happy.
Okay, as I try to get it to go down. Okay, game 1. The Tigers won 3-1. Game 2, they beat the Astros 5-2. We're going to try to do a quick run here. The Kansas City Royals defeated the Baltimore Orioles 2-0. Game 1, 1-0. Game 2, 2-1.
Ooh, tight ones.
Now let's go to the National League. The Braves already out! Let's go! This playoffs are awesome.
2-0. Oh my God.
The Padres 4-0. Game 2, Padres 5-4. If you think that Jackson Merrill is Rookie of the Year, you're crazy. I don't care if he's in the playoffs. You cannot. If you don't give it to Paul Skeens, you're nuts.
Yeah. Nuts, I tell you.
The Brewers also out.
Oh my God.
Let's go. Getting the trash out early.
Home teams are getting it.
The Mets won 8-4. Brewers game 2 actually won 5-3, and then the Mets won 4-2 in game 3.
First non-sweep.
See, by the way, Pirates too. If you look at this and you're like Pirates fans, they're watching the playoffs, right? And they go, man, this would be nice if the Pirates were in this. Well, let your voice be heard then. Game 1, the Guardians crushed the Tigers 7-0. Game 2, tonight actually on TBS, or yeah, today at 4 o'clock. As I try to move this down, of course, 5-game series for the NLDS.
Yeah,
so
right,
everybody
right.
knows. New York Yankees, Kansas City Royals. The Yankees beat the Royals game 1 6-5, and also tonight game 2 in the Bronx. So the Phillies and the Mets. Game 1, the Mets won 6-1. Game 2, the Phillies won 7-6, so they are tied. And then game 3 will be on tomorrow at the time of this recording. You might need to look something up, the score of game 2. The Dodgers beat the Padres 7-5 in game 1, and Alex will get the score to game 2. By the way, they do this thing, Ohtani's 4 bats away, and people are mad at it. Well, guess what? When you're the greatest baseball player in the world, you can have that. Game
2. Padres 10-2 over the Dodgers. Holy
damn, we got ourselves I almost swore. Got ourselves a game. And yeah, that's so far what I have on. So prediction-wise, going up, I really think this is the Dodgers' year. I'm sorry. I think they'll bounce back.
Is it their year?
Possibly. Actually, I'm going to give my prediction. I believe in the NLCS, it will be the Detroit Tigers. Dang. Yep, it'll be the Detroit Tigers, as this needs to move down quicker. I believe they're going to get it done against the Guardians. Sorry, Kaylee. It'll be the Tigers and the Yankees in the ALCS. Excuse me. And then it will be the Mets, because they are hot, against the Dodgers. But I think the Dodgers will beat the Mets. And I believe the Tigers will beat the Yankees, and the World Series will be the Dodgers and the Tigers.
That would be a strange World Series.
And I believe the Detroit Tigers will win the World Series.
Let's go.
And I believe the Dodgers will win next year.
That's our guys. Shout out the Tigers.
I know I just said it's Ohtani's year, but like these next 2 years is going to be it.
That's the real window, yeah.
Yeah. So, God damn it. I'm not using the joystick because the joystick's not working for some reason. So college football time.
Ohio State.
Hold
Dom's
on.
not here to talk about Michigan,
Actually.
Oh, yeah. You're first.
So, first question. We're going to start off with a question topic once we get down.
Once we make it all the way
Subscribe. Okay. Alex, is Pitt real?
Okay. I think Eli Holstein is real.
Mm-hmm.
I think the running back room is real.
Mm-hmm.
I think the receiver room is real.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the defense is real.
I agree.
I think this is a really solid football team. I think this is probably a good 8-win, 9-win football team.
I'd say so.
Do I think that will be enough to make the ACC championship? This year, I do not.
I'm not sure, to be totally honest with you.
Last year, maybe. Because I think Boston College made it last year against Florida State, right?
I think so, yeah.
So last year, if this current team would have been there last year, I think they would have been in the ACC championship against Florida State. But I do not know that they are this year because Miami, despite, I believe, losing to Cal on Saturday, right?
No, I think they won.
Oh, they came back, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay, Miami still winning games. Very good team. I'm actually going to pull up the rankings just because we haven't done it.
Yeah, Pitt's ranked finally.
We're going to do a rankings check-in. We haven't done that in a while.
Pitt is ranked finally.
Let's go.
But here's the thing. SMU is going to be tough, but here's the thing. I actually think Pitt could beat Clemson.
Oh, I forgot about Clemson, too. Yeah, I
Here's the
forgot
thing.
they're actually solid this year.
Does Pitt, here's the thing. Obviously, undefeated, Pitt will get into the ACC championship, obviously. However, would one loss get them in?
Would one loss get them into the ACC championship?
It could get them in.
Probably. Because they have one loss. No, they're undefeated right now. So say they lose to like SMU or Clemson, one of the two. I think one loss to either SMU or Clemson could get them into the ACC championship.
Now here's the thing. Would one loss get them into the college football playoffs?
As an at-large, like they don't make the conference championship, say?
Right.
So if they go 11-1, miss the conference championship, which would be crazy, by the way. If they go 11-1 and miss the conference championship, I think they would get an at-large bid pretty easily.
This sounds crazy, and I don't think this is going to happen. I'm prefacing this right now. I don't think it's going to happen. However, Pitt in the college football playoffs is not out of the realm of possibility. It's really not. I think in the next 2 years, if you continue to have Eli Holstein,
yeah,
you get your defense better. I think they make it in the next few years.
They could.
Again, I don't think it's going to happen this year.
Yeah, if you manage to retain Cade Bell and Eli Holstein, then
so
could be a good couple years for Pitt football.
Now, Alex, imagine this. Again, I don't think this is going to happen, but I think it would be incredible if this would happen. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Obviously, they already beat West Virginia this year. Thank God.
Ugh.
But can you imagine if somehow Pitt made the tournament? They are obviously there's no chance in hell they would win the Natty.
No, not this year.
But if they won one game in the college football playoffs, and the one team they knocked out of the college football playoffs was the Penn State Nittany Lions.
Oh my God, I would cry.
I would cry, and I would not stop talking about it. And then you want to know who, if that were to happen, you want to know who would look like a moron? James Franklin, because he's scared to play Pitt. I'm telling you this right now. Penn State fans can attack me for this on TikTok. I don't care. James Franklin is scared to play Pitt. Okay, you look at it this way. You say Pitt is an easy win for you guys. That's fine. If we're an easy win, then play us.
Yeah, you play other garbage teams that are way worse than Pitt.
If Pitt is so easy to play, if Pitt is so easy to beat, then play them. I think James Franklin is scared of Pitt. Seriously, I really genuinely think that. And again, like I said, attack me on TikTok. I don't care. I think James Franklin is scared of Pitt. That's all I'm going to say. So
yeah, I mean, they played Bowling Green and Penn State this year.
Exactly, and then they're going to probably lose to USC, though I think they actually could win that. And,
at USC is going to be tough.
And then they're going to beat Ohio State. They're going to lose to Ohio State. I got to watch my wording there. Pitt does play Cal this week. I do think they'll get it done there. But again, it is Pitt, so we'll see. I'm always used to that. So yeah, I think I need a break from the remote.
Yeah. So before we jump into Ohio State, I don't even know how this thing works.
You don't have to worry about Michigan.
Okay. Before we jump into Ohio State, we'll give the top 25 real quick. Texas, despite having a bye, jumps up to number 1 after Alabama lost to Vanderbilt. So Texas at 1, Ohio State at 2, Oregon at 3, Penn State at 4.
That I don't understand that at all.
Over Georgia, who's number 5, and over 6-0 Miami at number 6, which is ridiculous. Number 7's Alabama. They don't fall too far. Tennessee at 8. Ole Miss at 9. Clemson, who has made their way up to 10. Notre Dame has clawed their way back to 11. Iowa State at 12. Interesting. 13, LSU. 14, scrappy BYU. Texas A&M jumps up from number 25 to 15 after dismantling number 9 Missouri at home. 16, Utah. 17, the Boise State Broncos, carried by Ashton Jeanty. Number 18, Oklahoma. 19, Indiana, who's 6-0. Number 20, Kansas State. 21, Mizzou, who plummets from number 9. Pitt has jumped up to number 22 in the country. Number 23, Illinois. Number 24, Michigan, who plummeted after their loss in the revenge game against Washington. And then number 25, those SMU Mustangs who beat Louisville yesterday.
SMU and Pitt is going to be very entertaining because both very quick offenses, fast tempo. I actually can't wait to watch that.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good one.
It's going to be a good one. But, all right, Ohio State, go ahead.
Yeah.
By the way, Burrow is obviously off this weekend. We'll be back against IUP, right? Against
IUP.
Against IUP. Homecoming. So.
Okay, so Ohio State jumped up to number 2. I believe they were number 3 last
Joe,
week.
you can probably just go to Alex's camera for this one. That's me.
Ohio State beat Iowa at home 35-7. Will Howard had probably his best game in terms of touchdowns. I believe he had a season high 5 touchdowns yesterday, 4 through the air, 1 on the ground. Again, just ultra efficient, 21 for 25, 209, 4 passing touchdowns, an interception, and 10 rushes for 28 yards and a rushing touchdown. Travion Henderson and Quinshon Judkins again combined for 100+. They combined for 24 carries, 139 yards. No touchdowns, unfortunately. Jeremiah Smith had an insane one-handed catch in the end zone for a touchdown. He had 4 catches in total for 89 yards, plus that 1 touchdown. And Emeka Ibuka, monster game. 9 catches, 71 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was living in the Iowa secondary yesterday. Quite frankly, just another balanced game for Ohio State. Threw for 209, ran for 203 as a team. Great performance by the offense. Held Iowa to 226 total yards, and 7 total points. And the next game they play is this Saturday in an absolutely marquee matchup. Number 2, Ohio State at number 3, Oregon. Saturday, October 12th at 7:30 p.m. under the lights. Go Buckeyes, baby.
Go Buckeyes, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
I will go as far to say that if Ohio State beats Oregon in Eugene this week, that they have a very, very strong case to be the number 1 seed in the college football playoff. So.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Here we go. Let's see.
Let's talk about
another question
football.
topic. Another question topic, and we're gonna do this question topic, and then the time you guys have been waiting for. Is Joe Burrow right? Are the Bengals not a championship level team right now?
Well, they got a lot of question marks.
A lot of question marks.
Especially on the defense.
Absolutely.
They are not playing championship quality football. Mm-hmm. And 1-4 is really hard to come back from.
It is.
Especially in this division. So.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna go yes, he's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's right as well. There's just something going on. I mean, Joe Burrow put on a MVP level performance
he played
yesterday.
incredible. He played incredible.
Like 350 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Incredible. But yeah. So actually, I kind of want to leave you some time.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Burrow had like a freaking 2017 Ben Roethlisberger game, and he still lost.
Yeah. So you don't break it. I'm just gonna go ahead and. I'm gonna grab my notebook that I for some reason put right here. Okay. Yeah. You might. I'm just gonna go ahead and just get a little comfortable here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll take my close up.
Oh.
For this.
All right. Sweet.
Oh wait, no. You know what? Keep it.
Oh yeah, because I was gonna say.
Just so that we can see. It's time to talk about the Steelers for a moment. I'll try and keep it short.
Because we have the Gary K interview.
Yeah, because we have the Gary K interview. I'll actually be happy again once that's happening. I'm going to try and keep this short. And I'm going to try and make it through this without losing my voice because my throat's already scratchy. The Pittsburgh Steelers lost to the Dallas Cowboys in primetime last night at home, 20-17. In a game where the Steelers had 2 interceptions, T.J. Watt had a patented forced fumble on a sack, and they blocked a field goal. And they scored 17 points. The Steelers have a knack for looking at a team's weakest points of their team and making them look great at those things. The Cowboys can't run the ball. Rico Dowdle indeed ran the ball.
He ran the ball.
The Dallas Cowboys were missing Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence going into the game, and then lost Marshawn Nealand early in the game, the young promising rookie defensive lineman. Even with those guys healthy, the Cowboys could not stop the run. The Cowboys last night stopped the run. I don't know what to even say about this football team anymore. Because it disgusts me. It fully, wholeheartedly disgusts me. They threw the ball short all game. Didn't defend a short throw. They threw a couple deep ones, and our guys held up because our secondary is actually not too bad. But we committed to preventing the deep ball because the only receiver on this football team in CeeDee Lamb apparently couldn't be handled. Now I get it. League leader in receptions last year. Outstanding football player. But you knew what they were going to do. And you didn't adjust. Mike Tomlin's clock management and timeout management continues to be horrible.
Man, if you're a head coach in that building at the practice facility of the Steelers and Pitt, if you're a head coach there, then you have to have bad clock management. It's just required. Because Narduzzi has bad clock management too.
He does. Wasted one timeout, can't remember why. Wasted a second timeout on that last drive because you didn't like the look. Wasted a third timeout on 4th and goal with 26 seconds left in the game. As soon as Mike Tomlin called that timeout, I got it right down to the last detail. I looked at you as soon as Tomlin called his third timeout and said, great, we are going to get the ball back with 20 seconds and no timeouts to try and get a field goal.
He did.
What happened? They scored a touchdown, and we got the ball back with 20 seconds and no timeouts. Three garbage play calls later, game's over.
Also, can we talk about what George Pickens did at the end of the game?
Yeah, it's just classless. I mean,
dude, you lost. Get off the field.
I don't understand. I don't understand what it's going to take for this football team to play great even when they're favored or better than the team that they're playing, flat out better. They are not flat out better than the Cowboys, especially when the Cowboys are healthy. And I get it. The O-line is banged up. James Daniels out for the season with a torn Achilles. Fautanu's been on and off. He's been injured for the past couple weeks now. But this team is horrendous against the run. The Colts, who are also horrendous against the run, also stopped our run game. As much as it annoys me, I understand the premise of Tomlin never having a losing season.
Oh, here we go again.
To an extent, it is impressive. But it has developed a culture of mediocrity. Because instead of looking at that and saying, okay, we can be good no matter what, now let's shoot to be great, we just bank on the fact that no matter what happens, no matter how many 3-6 starts we have, we're going to get dragged to 9-8.
And then we're going to have like a 19 or 20 pick.
And now we just bank on it for some reason. We don't want to be better than 9-8 or 10-7. No one plays like it. No one does anything that suggests that they're willing to be better than that and that they're willing to do what it takes to be better than that.
So my question is this, because a friend of mine pointed it out, and like I don't know if I agree with it or not. I'm kind of like 50-50 on it, but like he asked, when are the excuses going to stop? You get rid of Matt Canada, okay. You thought he was a problem, okay. You get rid of Kenny Pickett. You thought he was a problem, okay.
Still not scoring points. A little bit better. Gaining more yardage, but
So what's the issue now?
Justin Fields. But then what happens if Russ starts playing when he gets healthy?
Is it Russell Wilson's
Then
fault?
Is it going to be Russell Wilson's fault?
Then if it's not Russell Wilson, then is it Arthur Smith at that point?
Or struggling to stay healthy, like, as a team? What is it?
Honestly, he asked me, when are the excuses going to stop? I don't know.
I don't think they ever will.
I don't know. Again,
And
I'm 50-50 on it, but like it's just a question that I'm asking.
We have to address it.
Yeah.
As much as we're frustrated and as much as it drives every Steelers fan insane, Mike Tomlin's not going anywhere.
No, he's not.
He's not going to get traded, and he is most certainly not going to get fired.
Yeah, no. He'd have to retire.
So he's not going anywhere. So this is where we are.
Yeah.
Stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Football purgatory.
All right.
And to be fair to Mike Tomlin, I can't say that there's really any other guy that I would
no.
probably rather have.
Exactly, yeah.
But the culture is just not
It's not there.
what it needs to be great.
Right. All right, time to get your voice a break. Upset alert. And that's my cue for Aaron to get mic'd up.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, also,
yeah, go ahead.
none of us hit our picks last week, so we're not even going to bother. I'm not even going to read the scores because they're the same as last week.
Joe. I just inadvertently did the Joe without paying attention. Alex, go ahead as I get the pick ready.
So, upset alert for this week. We'll get Dom's upset alert pick at some point, and we'll get it in.
Yeah.
But do you want to do yours first, since this is typically how we do it?
Sure. I got the Cardinals over the Packers -5.5. I really like.
I believe that's in Green Bay.
Yeah, I actually like. I really honestly like the Cardinals.
After they beat San Francisco last week. Yeah, Arizona +5.5 seems like a big opening line.
But go ahead.
Hey, I'm going to stick with a team that I shouldn't say stick with them. I haven't picked them yet, but I'm going to take a team that's been doing some things a little bit. Getting a little bit better. Still not a great team.
Just a little bit.
But they're getting a little bit better.
You want to a little bit?
Giants, +3.5 at home against the struggling Bengals team. Give me it. I'll take the Giants. At home? Come on.
That's what I'm talking about.
On that turf that takes lives?
Wow. But, all right, so I'll actually do the picks thing a little bit so I can do a cut so we can bring Aaron out here.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so would you like to know who has the worst record in rapid fire right now? So this week, the winners are EJ, AJ, Haley, and myself. And the standings for the rapid fire. So I beat Emma, so Emma's no longer undefeated.
Dethroning.
In first place is Emma, 4-1. Tied for first, it's second place, Haley, 4-1. Third place, Bryce, 2-3. Fourth place, Dom, 2-3. Fifth place, myself, 2-3. Sixth place, AJ at 2-3. In seventh place, EJ in 2-3, leaving for last place at a swapping record of 4-1. 1 and 4. I screwed it up. 1 and 4. 1 and 4.
May I? Real quick.
Yeah. Do we need to mute your mic?
No.
1 and 4, right here. Last place.
Listen, man, I can't give you all the ingredients to the hot dog, but you might not like it. But, we're going to get out there. We're going to work. We're going to get better. That's all I got to say.
This isn't even Tailgate.
I don't want to talk about it. It's a rebuild year. We lost some key free agents in the offseason.
Joe, this
We're
isn't
reloading to get better.
Joe, this isn't even Tailgate.
Oh, when someone's on the floor and it's not even Tailgate, you know
By the
it's
way,
a good day.
Tailgate out next week. And then we'll shoot another one the last week in October. Sorry, Joe.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I extended because it was the bye week and I was feeling generous.
Yeah.
I extended his deadline.
We all needed an off weekend.
He's actually edited like 15 minutes of it. So
It took me like 2 hours.
yeah. Okay.
God, what a disaster.
Starting off, San Francisco at Seattle. I have it written down that way. That's why I'm talking like that.
Oh. Ooh.
I think I'm feeling bounce back week because
Yeah, me too.
Seattle was interesting this week.
Me too.
So you going for San Fran?
Yeah.
The Prince. Jaguars at Bears.
At Bears? Nah, give me Caleb.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
He's breaking out a little bit.
Yeah. This doesn't go for me because I already said it. But Cardinals at Packers.
I'm tempted to do the same thing.
Interesting.
But I'm going to say it's in Green Bay. Jordan Love, despite his absolutely comical pick six yesterday,
That was so funny.
I think he's heating back up. So I'll take the Packers, especially because the Cardinals' defense is usually pretty bad.
Okay, Colts at the Titans.
Ew.
Will Levis is gonna be back. Don't know why. But
Yeah, give me the Colts.
I'm going Colts. Joe Flacco, baby. Joe Flacco, what the hell? Like,
Flat goat.
Texans at Patriots. I'm gonna write Texans down.
Yeah.
The Patriots are horrible. Drake May might be playing. Bucks at the Saints. I think it's gonna be a bounce back week for the Bucks.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna go ahead and write. No, the Browns are terrible. I'm going to Eagles.
Yeah,
Which, by the way, okay, can we talk about that for a second? How oblivious Kevin Stefanski is right now. Why are you protecting him? He sucks. Bench him. Put in Jameis Winston. Okay, Commanders at the Ravens. I actually don't know.
Commies at Ravens. Ooh.
I'm feeling ballsy. I'm
doing it?
I'm doing it.
Doing it?
I'm going with the Commanders.
Oh.
Jaden Daniels is playing pretty well.
Yeah, he is playing out of his mind right now. But this is probably the best defense he's come up against yet. I'm gonna go Ravens.
Chargers at the Broncos.
Broncos defense is playing good. I think this is gonna be a slugger. I'm gonna take the Chargers though.
I'm gonna go with the Broncos.
What a time to be alive.
Okay. We want to preface this now. We are pissed off at the Steelers, but they do play a very bad Raiders team right now.
Oh, is that their game?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm taking the Steelers.
I'm taking the Steelers. I think it's going to be a bounce back week, but it better be a bounce back week. But it better be a bounce back week.
Yeah.
Lions at the Cowboys. Lions. Give me Detroit.
Yeah, give me Detroit.
Falcons at the Panthers. Falcons.
Yeah.
This doesn't pertain to you. I'm going to go with the Bengals. And the Bills at the Jets. Bills.
Yeah.
Though, by the way, one more thing. Josh Allen was 9 for 30.
Yeah, for like 130 yards
And
and a touchdown.
And they still scored.
20 points.
I don't even know. But, all right.
Yeah,
Cool.
I don't know how.
But anyway, cool transition time. I'm going to snap my fingers and give everybody's picks, and Aaron's going to be right beside us. In 3, 2, 1. Cool transition.
Yeah.
Aaron Cronin.
That's
Edinboro Now.
crazy.
He's on it. You can find him on Edinboro Now. More stuff to come, hopefully. But yeah, so as everybody knows, it is our 2-year anniversary. We've been doing this for 2 years.
Which is wild.
Insane. I remember the good old days of Borough tailgates.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, Joe's going to want to come out for this. I don't blame him.
No, I'm just saying you're probably gonna have to turn it up in post.
Yeah,
That's
me?
fine. Can you at least somewhat hear him with our mic through our mics?
Start yapping.
Yeah, hello. How's it going?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I can always put the question on the screen too. But yeah, so Aaron's gonna ask some questions, and yes, it's our own rapid fire, and yes, we're finally gonna get our comeuppance. We're gonna get blindsided. Joe came up with the question because Dom's not here. Alex, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm a little sad for Dom. I feel like he really would have. I feel like Dom really would have enjoyed.
Stay strong, brother. Stay strong.
I feel like Dom really would have enjoyed blindsiding us. Sorry, Dom.
Okay. Aaron, go ahead. How many questions are there before the blindside?
All right, 10 questions.
And then the 11th is a blindside.
Not too bad, yeah. Then the 11th is blindside, so.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm actually nervous.
First of all, we have an easy one. How has this show most impacted you guys?
You go first.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of something I've always wanted to do. So it's given me an extra thing to look forward to doing every week. And it makes Mondays slightly more enjoyable.
Yeah. It makes Monday my favorite day.
Yeah, quite frankly,
it does.
I look forward to Monday a lot more.
And quite frankly, too, as everybody knows, and I'm not afraid to talk about it, I last fall, I almost left Edinboro, and it would have been the biggest mistake in my life. And this show kept me going, and honestly, is caused the best time of my life so far. So.
How much more have you learned about sports since starting the show?
Not really that much. I kind of already, though I think my football IQ has gotten a little better over the last 2 years.
Started caring about baseball about that much more.
And professional wrestling.
Yeah, that too. I have been watching more wrestling. But yeah, I would say that it's kind of made me pay attention to baseball a little bit more.
Yeah. The sports that aren't our go-to, I would say, has probably gotten a little better over the last 2
for
years.
sure.
A bit more of the terminology and
Yeah,
jargon then?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What's the biggest strengths you guys have as hosts?
Talking.
Yeah, yapping. It's easy.
You
I
know-
would say that I know that you did some editing stuff before we started doing this, but I would say that you do a lot more editing now because of it.
I do. And I would say too, I think I wasn't nervous in the first episode, but it definitely I mean, we did live TV. I mean, come on, doing that made us better because once you go on live TV is live TV. If you screw up, that's it. It's one take, you're done.
And
Obviously, we did live shows, but it's compared to live TV, it's nothing.
And even this is a way more formal setting than any video stuff that I did on my own personal time. So
yeah, so it definitely talking, I would say, is the strength.
Just adjusting to this style of content.
Yeah, and also looking at the camera, not the TV.
That too.
I still do that.
Well, how have your TV show abilities have been impacted? Do you think it's a little bit different in that sense?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, that is a tough one. I would say yeah. I would say, just kind of bouncing off of the last question, even just I feel a lot more comfortable being able to free ball on camera.
Absolutely.
And stuff like that. So I mean, hell, Isaac threw an unplanned question at me the first time we went on TV.
So little backstory to that. The question he asked about the Browns, that wasn't planned.
No, we did not, because Isaac sends us his questions beforehand.
Yep.
And he gives us a week to get ready. And I was not ready for that one.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I have to agree. I would say yes too.
Yeah.
How has the show impacted your ability to work as a team?
A lot, absolutely a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
I
real.
say it in the description all the time. This is a team. It's a team
It
effort.
is.
We can't. We've said it so many times. We've hammered it down. We can't do this alone. Which, by the way, can you warn us before you say the blind side?
Oh, I will.
Okay. But yeah, I would say it's definitely we always most of the time communicate as a team.
Yeah.
And then try to get things organized and done. And yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot more coordination. It's all an actual, genuine production that we got going. So.
Yeah, also, what a coincidence, 2 years since we started Tailgate Talks and Joe's running the switcher. What a coincidence.
That is funny.
Well, how has your show impacted your future career goals as a whole?
Okay, because he knows what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest. Before the show, I thought a lot of people in my family was iffy on the professional wrestling thing.
Yeah.
And and a little bit more context, the contract signing, sure, was for whatever stupid thing we were doing a year ago.
Yeah.
But we also did it for a reason. To make it crystal clear what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I think I made it crystal clear in the spring what I want to do. and that I am going to do whatever it takes to be world champion one day. But yeah, I think it's definitely helped me talk, even though I thought I was even all right talking on camera before, but it's definitely improved. Because obviously I'll be talking in front of the world on camera too in the future. So, and then also on TV too. So it's definitely prepared me in that sense. Obviously, hopefully we can turn this into like the Pat McAfee show in the future. It's definitely give us some ideas of like, okay, like for what we need to do in the future and stuff. So yeah, I would say it definitely has helped my ability to talk on camera better than I already was to prepare for, of course, down the line. So
yeah, I mean, even outside of that, like I have this on my resume. Like I do, like, 'cause, like genuinely, like even if you're not going directly into sports media, people like to see like when they look at your resume, like any formal thing you do like this, where you're like exercising your creativity and like stuff like that. You know, there is a lot of logistical things that we have to do here, quite frankly, to make sure this show runs right every week. So
yeah,
I have it on my resume, and I think a lot of places probably like seeing that kind of stuff on your resume. So outside of just, you know, developing our own interpersonal skills, like it's quite frankly a pretty good resume booster too. So
yeah.
What's the biggest obstacle you guys had to overcome while filming the show?
Zoom.
Yeah.
Zoom. Oh God, it's just so much. It's like such a different feeling than like getting to sit in here and do this every week.
Yeah, Zoom.
And it's a pain sometimes. The internet gets bad, and
yeah,
we're losing connection to each other in the middle of the show.
And we're shooting it at 9:30 at night.
Yeah, that too.
So yeah, so definitely Zoom. And Jay's, I'm kidding. Shout out Jay.
How much have you learned about the show running process, more like the behind the scenes kind of stuff?
I know how to use the switcher.
Yeah, I can click the button. I can click the button that makes the camera change.
Yeah, exactly.
I can type words into a teleprompter.
There we go. That too.
Now,
just like that.
Joe knows.
Now, kind of going off what we talked about before, what do you think your co-host's biggest strengths are?
So what I think Alex's biggest strength is?
Yeah.
Okay,
and vice
I like
versa?
this. That is a good question.
That is a good question. Oh, wait, we got to count Dom, too. Here, we'll both come up with Dom.
Yeah.
I think Dom's biggest strength, obviously all three of us is going to be talking, but like trying to think of one that's not talking.
Yeah.
The ability to keep the entertainment going.
Yeah, Dom keeps it flowing.
Yeah.
He really does.
Alex's is the ability to keep the conversation flowing and not losing track of what we're talking about.
Yeah, I would say as just a raw co-host, outside of like the behind the scenes stuff that you do and everything like that, as a raw co-host, I always thought that, especially for like the interviews and stuff like that, I always thought your ability to like ask questions and like come up with interesting, tailored questions to all of our guests was always something that was really strong. Because I mean, like every guest that we've had on, especially like the coaches we've had on and stuff like that, are always like, "Wow, that's a really good question," or "Wow, that's really interesting. I didn't think about that." So I would say that.
You'll say that?
Yeah,
I
will say that, not this.
Yeah. Okay. How many more before the blind side?
This is the last one before the blind side.
Okay.
Ooh.
How has this show impacted your life as a whole?
I already said this is the best time of my life.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
far.
seriously, like you said, like there are days that I'm like, oh, it's Monday, I don't feel like doing anything, and then like I remember I get to come do this.
Yeah.
And it makes my day better.
Absolutely. Though there were some days where like you can see it on camera from
Super Bowl show.
Yes. Well, we can. Well, we're 21 now. We can say it. It's obvious what we meant by that.
Yeah, that was a night.
And then, of course, last year you could tell there's a couple episodes. You could tell something was wrong with me in a couple episodes, but obviously I'm never leaving Edinboro until I graduate.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere, and nobody can change that. And yes, that's a shot. All right.
Wow. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
The Joe Bachman approved question. The final one, if you will.
Okay.
What is the funniest thing your co-host has done on the show?
Oh, God, that's going to take a minute. The funniest thing.
So Joe, do I have to pick just one? Like Or do I have to pick one for Dom and Alex? Okay.
Okay, we'll just do one for each other.
I mean,
Right.
You two could come up with your favorite one for Dom together.
It's probably leaving him by
Yeah,
by
definitely
himself.
leaving Dom by himself in his first show.
But like that's for Dom though, so it's got to be like what we've done to each.
Or the Drysidle rant. That was pretty
That's
funny.
pretty good.
The funniest thing that you've done on camera.
There's so many good ones.
Oh, God.
I got it. When Alex did a victory lap and slapped me in the head 3 times.
That was a good one. That was a good one. I forgot about
I'm
that.
gonna go with either that one or when I tried to run away after Reynolds requested a trade and he picked me up like a little brother.
Dang it! That was the other one I was gonna say.
But it's that I think he means like the funniest thing I've done.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what you mean, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, do you know what? It's a really small moment, but it still makes me laugh so hard every time. It was when we did the first show with Bailey, and we were standing at the podium, and you had the little bro glasses on, and you went, Blake Himpson continues to be him. And then you kept going. Probably the hardest I've ever had to try to keep myself together.
Another good part of that was when Bailey said, "We will not celebrate a man losing his job." And we went, "Yes," and she just looked at us and goes, "What did I just say?"
Yeah, that's a good
And
one,
then
too.
she just goes, "I should have took the essentials job."
Yeah, that was funny, too.
And keep in mind, we just met her too. This is soccer player Bailey. We're not talking about ETV Bailey, but yeah. So that was good. But yeah, 2 years, man.
2 years.
2 years. I'm keeping my S word into. I whispered it.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. So hopefully we got a lot more accomplishments coming soon. Send it to the Gary K interview.
Good night, America. Oh, I got so close.
Damn. If you...
All right, back for another coaching spotlight, technically.
Yep.
Second time on the show, Coach Gary K, head coach of the Edinboro women's soccer team, coming on after his 250th career win at Edinboro.
That deserves
Gary,
a round. That
thanks for
deserves a
coming back
round
on the
of
show.
applause.
Thank you for inviting me. I see we've upgraded our furniture.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
We definitely need something in the holders here, but
Yep.
oh well.
And hey, unlike last time, we could say because I'm 21 now. Yes, we're talking about booze.
Gotta get some nice little something in the cup.
Yeah, we used to have a table and flowers,
Yeah.
and now we got nothing. We got
It-
nothing in here.
It's definitely not stacked in the corner it's definitely
totally
Nathaniel's definitely not in the studio right now.
Yeah, definitely not.
But no, Gary said it best when we came in. We replaced $150 chairs with what'd you say, 1999 chairs?
$9.99. You can buy them at Walmart, $9.99.
There we go.
We've streamlined.
Yeah, no, it's much better, much better.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, so it actually is mid-season right now. Well, almost. After tomorrow, it will be technically. But to start off, pretty basic question. How does it feel to hit a milestone of 250 wins?
So I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know. The only guy that's been keeping track is Nathaniel, and he emailed me or texted me right away, and he said, "Congratulations, 250 wins." And then you guys posted something on X, which I kind
That's
of
him.
was really impressed with, and
We were ready.
I was guessing Nathaniel was telling you.
Yeah.
and that's how I found out. Not because coaching is a strange thing. There's always the next opponent, and you kind of you might look at some stuff from the previous game, but then you look at the next guy and the next guy and the next guy, and there's that much time to enjoy the win and then move on, right? So I for sure appreciate it. I don't think that it is all on me. I think the kids and the people that I've had in the past and over all these years, it's more credit to them and their ability to help us succeed. And I'm just a part of whatever they do. So I thank them also for my 250 wins.
Yeah, it's just on to the next milestone now. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, what's it, 500,000? Let's move on.
Yeah.
It
I
only
feel
took me 28 years to get there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people follow that too. That's like, oh yeah, awesome, cool. Next day, then you get asked about it, you go, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's that 24-hour rule. We talk about it all the time.
Well,
you know.
well, a couple day rule because we break it today.
Yeah, well.
After every game, there's a decompression time. It probably lasts about 3 hours, maybe 4 hours, and then after that you go back to work, and you've just got to start thinking about the next guy. And you can't. I mean, I think you should celebrate and enjoy the victories, But then you can't get carried away.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we're talking about it. We're almost at the midseason mark now. Team is 3-3-2 currently. Turned it around a little bit. Turned around and beat UPJ 7-0 like last week.
I was there. Very entertaining game.
And then obviously recently beating IUP 2-1 for the 250th career win. How do you think the team has performed during this stretch? It feels like it's kind of heating up a little bit.
So we only had a week of preseason, of which in there were 2 games.
Oh, wow.
So on game day, you don't really do that much. You just try and do the event of the game itself. And then so technically we only had about 5 days.
Yeah.
To incorporate a new center forward, to incorporate 5 or 6 freshmen that are actively contributing now, and then to get a pattern of play that suits your players.
Yeah.
And to be fair, after our first 3 games, just before the Clarion game, we changed our formation, we changed some of the personnel, and then as we've been going on, we've changed personnel more frequently. And I think we figured out something. Seton Hill's a whole different animal. They play a different formation.
Yeah.
And so we got to adjust to how they play. We've actually been practicing this formation for about a year now.
Wow.
So I think we should be on point when we play them on Wednesday.
Yeah, and just so we don't forget at the end. But by the time this drops tomorrow against Seton Hill, 6 o'clock, Sox Harrison Stadium. Be there, even though the game starts when this drops. Then of course Friday. Let's see if I can get it. Friday at Cal, 1 o'clock.
There you go.
Those are our next 2 games. Yeah.
Yep. Next 2 games. But yeah. So we've said it already a lot. After tomorrow, it is mid season. What expectations do you have for the team for the rest of the year?
So I think we've kind of weathered some of the bad stuff. The 6-0 against Slippery Rock is not forgotten. We went and looked at the 2 goals we gave up against Clarion, and we're finding that when teams have big center backs that are 6'2", we can't jump with them. Because they are massive, and so we gave up 4 goals against Slippery Rock. They were set pieces, 3 corners, 1 free kick, and we just couldn't match up with them, right? And then we gave up a goal against Clarion. They also got a massive center back, and so we're trying to find ways to lessen the damage in those areas, and we've kind of found a style that fits for us, and I think we're moving forward. We're doing pretty well. I don't think we were even when we lost 5-0 to Gannon. 3 of the goals were mishaps on our behalf. So it's not like I know the scores look weird. Even when we beat UPJ 7-0, that really wasn't a true reflection of the game, because it was 3-0 until the 81st minute. Then we scored 4.
Yeah.
But then there's a variety of things, right? I bring on players that have been excited. They're excited to play. Their players probably kind of thinking like it's game over already.
Right.
So and then our players kind of excelled, So we scored a couple of really good goals late.
Yeah, you get some fresh kids out there that are feeling the juice after already being up, and at that point, the other team's just kind of like, it's kind of lost.
Yeah, it's
at that
game
point,
over, right? Let's just move on. We did that against Gannon, and actually against Slippery Rock too. When we got to 4-0, everybody goes, and we try and get everybody some playing time, and just so hopefully they can improve and be contributing down the road,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but Alex, I believe you get the last question.
Yeah. So obviously the big reason, the big thing, the theme of this episode with you on is the 250 career wins. So you've reached the milestone. You're at this point in your career now. Is there a game or maybe even a stretch of games that really stands out to you over your career here?
Okay, wow. I've been here a long time. Obviously the team that went to the Sweet 16 is special.
Yeah.
We've been to conference final, I think maybe 3 or 4 times in my time here. We've had some big wins. I mean, the first win against a nationally ranked opponent when we were struggling to find players. That's a big deal. Actually, Megan Lloyd, who's in admissions, was part of that. I mean, there's a couple of milestones that I think are. Here's the biggest milestone. I think every kid that's been in our program hopefully feels that they are welcome here, that they belong here, that their family's here, and this is where they want to come and spend homecoming. Now, some live in Colorado, some live, they're all over the country, right? Actually, 1 or 2 lived in Japan for a while. Yeah. And so I'm hoping that that is the most important part of what we do. I don't know if we're funded well enough to win a national championship. I can tell you. I think we can compete in our conference. We'll do okay there, but I'm not sure I know we're not winning a national championship. But the kids, the experience here matters the most.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, we had Coach Jennings on a few weeks ago. I think.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago.
Something like that.
That guy's trouble, man.
and Nolf, the one that didn't air. Again, Coach Nolf, we're sorry.
Very sorry.
We'll get you back on the show. Like that's the one word, and as it obviously probably should be, the one word that everybody talks about is experience. Good experience. And I feel like when you come here, you are guaranteed to. You are guaranteed to be given a good experience, whatever sport you're coming into play.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
at least for 4 years. And I do want to say this. Our athletic department is a lot younger now. When I got here, there were a couple of people older than me. I think I'm the second oldest to Dan Gerlach, who will never leave. But the young guys we brought in are freaking exceptional human beings, and that's the fun part about coming to work. In all my time here, which I'm now in my 29th year, I have never felt like, geez, I don't want to go to work today. As a matter of fact, I was here during COVID every freaking day. This is home. This is where I belong. This is where we should be. And, we try. You can't make everybody happy all the time, but we try to make sure that the kids understand that their 4 years here should be a good experience in friendship and building and competing, because our league is so freaking difficult, Yeah.
Well, and there's something fascinating about, like, the level of culture here and how much impact it has, because we really are, like you said, we are starting, especially in the athletics department with all the different coaches, we're bringing in some outstanding young coaching talent. And there's like Coach Jennings we had on, he was a very important part of an excellent Drexel basketball team that made a lot of noise when they weren't supposed to. And Coach Nolf and Coach Papley, just guys on the football staff, are guys that have a wealth of experience at multiple programs. It's interesting. The culture here really seems to just bring people in.
I honestly think it's a tribute to Catherine, being an AD and being inviting and having people, do more with less.
Yeah.
Our leadership team now is also almost brand new. Most of the older guys are gone, and so their ideas are young and forward-thinking. And so we've kind of progressed into being a very forward-thinking department with, I think we have 386 student athletes, something like that. It's a lot, man. It's a lot of student athletes.
Yeah, for sure. But Gary, once again, congratulations.
Yes. Are we done?
250th win. Yeah, we are. Thanks for coming back onto the show.
Yeah, thank you for coming back.
This is great. But so next week, episode 41. Again, we never planned this a week ahead, so take it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, whoa! Actually, real quick. Before we came here, Jets did fire Robert Saleh.
Oh yeah.
That is. We will talk about that. We will talk about that next week.
That on Monday.
Yeah.
What happened?
The New York Jets fired their head coach.
Get out.
Yep, 5 games into the season. Yep.
Are you guys okay though? The Steelers lost in the last second. Are you guys holding out? Are you going to be okay?
Everybody saw what we said.
I would.
I was worried. The first thing I thought at 1 a.m. in the morning, boy, I hope the boys at Tailgate are going to be okay.
But
we lived through it.
Oh yeah, the one thing that I noticed while I was looking at the show that I missed. I left you hanging.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
I
don't know why I paper toss at the end of the episode and then at the end of this too, but you know what? I get to do it twice, so.
Yeah, because redemption, because you missed the first time.
Good night, America. Oh, dang it.